Hello friend, in this video tutorial I will show you how to just play with the physics in Blender 2.80 or 2.8 plus. So Blender have total this 8 physics and 8 fixed point, hinges, piston, generic spring and motor. So for the physics we need at least two object and one empty object to apply a physics. So let's start from the new file. This is general. So first of all, I'll switch on this screencast key. Now add a plane and scale it about 50, and we should also go in this locative mode in this transform tool. So now this is the default cube. I will just give him color. So for the physics we need two objects. So we will duplicate this by Shift D and just move it upward. This will also we will put it a little bit above the earth. Now we also need one empty object. Add empty arrow. You can use any, but the arrow one is this one is easy because it has this direction X, Y and Z. So with the help of this, because some physics are for flying, it's need to change the direction of this empty, then it's work. But let's start with the first physics. But we need same like this 8 cube in this empty. So I will just first I will just apply physics, and these all are or later I can apply, but just I will select these 3 objects, not the ground, this 2 cubes in one, the empty one, and Shift D duplicate it and just bring it here, and later I will apply all the physics on one by one. So these are now 6, and this is 7, and this is 8. In this ground rigid body, we will work on only on rigid body. So go to this physics tab, click on it in rigid body. So this is for this plane. So from here we can change it to ratio. So now it will collide and everything, but it will not fall down or something. And now we will apply physics, rigid body physics on this cube. So go to physics tab and just click on rigid body. Other we are not changing anything. And for this physics tab, rigid body. So now if we click on play, for the physics you need to play the animation so it will work. So this we have now only 3 object which is apply physics on that. One is on the plane, that is spatial, and 2 is this cube, that is active or rigid body. So it is filling down if you click on play. So now I want to apply the first physics on these both objects. So click on this empty and in the physics tab, rigid body constraint. So this empty is basically connecting these 2 cubes or 2 objects. So there is in the objects click on this droplet, or if you want to just click on here, you can also select, because this the first one is the cube or someone, but later I change the I move it just not by same direction, so we can it's better to click it from this here, because I changed I move it not on the proper way. Now we can play it. It is a fixed physics constraint on it. Now we can just play with this, just move this little bit outside and just see what's happening to it, or we can move it to backward. So this is the fixed one is just keeping the object same like one object, or you can just play with it, and also you can change the disable collision, so this will also affect the physics. So now let's move to the other one. The fixed one is just a simple physics. This is by default, it is not more option or something. Now let's go to this one. So just apply physics on it, rigid body, and this is also on the physics tab, rigid body, and I will select the empty and rigid body constraint, and from the fixed I have to click on the point, the second physics, and play it. Now let's see. For the point also we have not more object here, not more options, so it means it is a simple physics which can apply by any direction from this empty. Now I will grab this empty by pressing G and move it somewhere like here. Now let's see what's happening to this. But sorry, there is one option I forget to give it. I didn't select the cube here, so now it will work. Also we can move it from here to here, and you can see the effect of this one. And for more, if you want to play with the physics, you can also disable this and enable it. It will change the behavior of the physics. Now we have to go for the other physics, so click on this object, because for the physics it should have a rigid body, the cube. Now I have to press to click on this empty, rigid body constraint, and hinges. This hinge is working same like a door hinge, so but here this is a sample only. I have to apply only on two object, not I am not using it as a door hinge, just a simple. So but the hinge, you can see it's rotating on z-axis. So if you want to make a door, if it is a normal door, so the z should be upward. For example, you no need to change the empty, but if you want to change the direction of the door, for example if this is upside down, then you have to rotate the z direction. So it is working with the z angle, so it is working as a hinge. Now for the third, we can also change, grab this empty and just pull it somewhere, so it will do some it will also little bit change its behavior. Now for the third one, just apply physics on the physics tab, rigid body, and this one also rigid body, and for the I have to stop it because it is a little bit easy, and click on this empty rigid body constraint and the rigid physics tab. Just click on this droplet and select both the object. Now this is slider, so let's see uh, what's applying this slider on this. So for the slider we have x-axis, so it's mean it is mostly it is working on the x-axis, but you can apply if you can change the empty, the direction of the empty, it will affect the slider, so it will also affect the direction of the sliding. So you can play with it later, and also you can disable this, enable or disable this collision. So this is for the slide, and if I rotate and I press, I want to rotate it, it will change its behavior, but mostly it will affect the it can affect on the x on the x-axis. It will not mostly work with the other. So now let's go for the this one, a rigid body, and this is also active and this is active, both I keep active. In this empty object, now I have to in the physics tab just click on this, and now the piston one. So let's see it. On the piston we have x-axis, angular and linear, so you can also try on this. For example, if I enable the angular, it will affect its physics, but this also working with direction. So if I move this, but let's stop the from here, so we can change it and play it. You will see it's affecting the physics. Now let's go for this one. So just apply from physics tab rigid body and rigid body on this one, and now click on empty in the physics tab rigid body constraint, and just select these two, object 1 and 2, and now from the fix we have to click on the generic one, and for the generic also we have this angular and linear, and so we can also play with this, so it can affect it will affect the physics of these objects. And also this is working on all direction. So if you press on X, so it will only working inside the -45 and 45 degree angle. So you can try with these one by one, or you can rotate this empty. It will also affect the physics, so just you can play with it one by one or something, so you will better know that how it is affecting and how it is working in another direction. And you can also enable disable the collision, so it will behave differently. And you can also enable these linear, so it will also affect the physics on this. Now the last one is the motor one. So motor is just like mostly is working for rotation, same like wheel rotation or something. So apply physics, rigid body physics on this cube, and in this cube is in the physics tab, and it's empty. Click on the motor and just select this one cube and select or click on the other cube. For this motor it says angular and linear. So let's see, first let's take that how if we are not applying any option, what it is doing, you can see it's just simply drop the object. But if we click on angular, so you can see it start uh, rotation, little bit rotation. So we can also check the linear. So now you will see it will behave differently. So for example, we can also do some other things with these. I can click on these all empty, and I can move it somewhere. So let's see how it is now working. So you can play with this. This is now I just changed the location for this empty object. If I want to rotate it, just press R and rotate it like this. Now you will see if this start again, it will change the behavior of this physics. And also you can apply more than one physics on two object. For example, if I want to apply some more physics on this last one or anyone, this motor physics, if I add another empty, and if I want to apply another physics, just click on the physics tab. It's a rigid body constraint. For example, I want to apply this point physics also on this one, and select this both. So now these two objects have two physics on it. So let's see, maybe, and so it will behave a little bit differently. So but let me give you another example, so you can maybe use it a little bit properly. Yeah, this is just a simple motion. If we add a plane, a simple plane, and just scale it and rotate it. I am using this transform, so if you want to use, you can click on this. So now duplicate this plane, and we want to make it, we want to apply just like we want to make it same like a door. So I have to apply physics, rigid body physics. This is a ictio, and I can keep it this one rigid body and the physics tab. This is also I can keep it ictio, so I can disable the dynamics, so it will not pull down or it will not move. But simply if you just make it passive, it is also better. Now I want to use a hinge here. So for the applying physics, hinge physics, we have to add in empty arrow. So for the hinge, let's see that how it works. So this is, I put it just in the middle, because if you move it here or somewhere, it is also affecting the physics. So I will show him, I will select this both object, so it's connect both object, where this object, both object is connect with this empty. So if I play physics, so now it's not rotating, because we didn't put any force on this door to move it, and this door will move on the z axis. For example, this is now it's good for this door. If I move this door near this other object, this especially the active object which is moving, so if it hit the door, you will see yeah, this is almost, I think it will hit the door. so you may be able to see it, that the door will move. And if it is it's hit the for example, I should keep it a little bit down so the down one will hit it. Now you will see it will affect this motion a little bit. If it is not hitting, then we can keep it a little bit back. Yeah, and if you found that this is not working properly or something, this is now little bit working, but it is because physics is applied everywhere. So this door now hitting the that is touching with the ground, so it's not working properly. So we can just move it little bit more, and now if it play again, you can see. And if we still have some issue, then you can where is the physics part, this one, you can just press on this one, so it will also enable disable the, oh sorry, the main issue is I didn't change the fix to hinge. Now it will work. Sorry for that, because this in the physics you have to look into this, that you change or no. So now the door is working. Thank you for watching the video, and in the future I will make in one engine, simple car engine or some other stuff while using the physics. So just you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy and learn something.